Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. I'm sure we can manage that. Get me in the broom cupboard. We can manage. No scribes. If you're wondering why the video is silent and you're watching this on a playback, I'm waiting so I don't have to repeat myself, and usually a few scribes pick up within the first minute and it's still at 0. So if you are here, give me a hello, a shabba, how do. Let me know if you're here. Let me see if it's telling me fibs. That's right, Tube, we know how to get around your tricks. Oh, look at that, somebody is there. I'm hard. Hello there, good evening. Interesting screen name. Interesting screen name. Made me smile, so it's done the trick there. I'm of the hard clan. Still says 0 watching. Anybody else there? Is there anybody there? I'd rather not repeat myself, and it does say 0, so it's gone to 1. I'm hard's registered. Bosh. It's a good job we're laid back and informal, isn't it? Right, what we're doing today is a quick one. When I say quick, 45 minutes, so it won't be that quick, okay? I have quite a bit, and the reason we are here is I'm going to report some news to you, and that is brought to you by the HSE Health and Safety Executive and their website. That's that one. Then we have some song lyrics by a brother, Robert Nesta of the tribe Mali, and those lyrics are called War. So if you want to have a look at them and get them ready on the screen, if you're on tablet media, laptop, Bob Marley, War, HSE website for the Gosport Hospital criminal investigations. And then we're going to go into the ports, and that's why it is Master G reporting. 4. Okay, we got 4. Something's wrong. That's not normally right. Is there any more than 4 there, including the first scribe? Can the others say hi, hello? Is we working all right? Is something's weird's going on again? And then I've got some words that end in able, and there are 9 pages of them, so I'm kind of torn whether or not I should go through a lot of words that end in able. I looked at the words that end in able because I wanted to, and I haven't for forever, and I was looking at words that end in port and compiling a list of words that end in port, and I did go on and search to see all the different ports. Hello, Lisa. I'm in a closet, the broom closet. We got 5. All right then. I didn't know if it was working or not. That tells me it is. Where am I? Yes, I'm in a soundproofed David proof room. It's obviously a bit of a storeroom, as you can see. It's got the summer winter collection of clothes, bit of a bed, some boxes. That's how it is. I just thought I'd remove myself from the kitchen or anywhere else, and I try to not inconvenience wherever I am. If I want to have the urge to go live or make a video, then I can come here. Right, so reporting. Just say that word out loud. Reporting. You are reporting in the military, you're reporting for work, you are reporting for duty in some way. Then you are making a report, and you compile a report, which is an article, and then you are um, you are tested on your competence, and you are given a report on that test, or graded or judged. So you are vetted on your competence, intelligence, skills, and then you are graded, given a report. So you have a medical report, a legal report, a news report, a school report, etc. So very interesting that news, and reporting, just put it out. So this is to do with a place called Gosport Hospital in on the landmass England and Wales, currently run in the United Kingdom. 30th of April 19. The headline is Police Launch Fresh Criminal Inquiry into Gosport Hospital Scandal. Police have launched a new full criminal investigation into the deaths of hundreds of patients at Gosport War Memorial Hospital. A public inquiry in June last year into over 800 deaths at the Gosport Hospital found that more than 450 patients died after being given dangerous levels of drugs, and said the families had been failed by the nationalised practice of shortening lives. What is a nationalised practice of shortening lives? I implore thee. Okay. I did report on this back in when we had Steve Barclay, and not just Steve Barclay, there was somebody else come out and publicly apologised for the deaths, and I covered that and said it was unforgivable. So here we are again, using our due diligence and monitoring the stories that we bring to you and keeping an eye on it. We are here to regulate the legal, and lawful industry to some extent, just like Warren G. You know, we regulate. If you don't know the tune by Warren G and Regulate, there you go. So nationalised practice of shortening lives brings alarm bells to me, all right? So if you haven't heard of the terminology that the Health and Safety Executive website has got on regarding the fresh criminal inquiry into Gosport Hospital scandal, well, they're murders, to be fair. It's not a scandal. They've chosen that word wisely. You can't call it a murder till you've got proof. So suspected murder will do. And police are investigating criminal investigations, so there must be substantial cause and belief and reason for this. So thank goodness, when you think law doesn't work, it does. But how far you get with it, ask Stephen Lawrence's mother and the family of Bulger, Jamie, bless them, R.I.P. the fallen soldiers' souls. The public inquiry in June last year into 800 deaths. Okay, that's a lot of deaths. One is too many. All right, so 800 is far too many at the hospital, and more than 450 patients died after being given dangerous levels of drugs, and said the families had been failed by the nationalised practice of shortening lives. What is that? The name of the hospital is Go Sport. Yes, Go Sport, Gosport, Go Sport or Gosport. It's a port and it's a sport. Assistant Police Constable Nick Downing, head of serious crime at Kent and Essex Police, has told families today that sufficient new evidence had been unearthed to investigate the deaths, which took place between 1989 and the year 2000. In September, Downing began assessing what sufficient evidence was available to support any further legal actions, and now the relatives have been told a full investigation is to begin, a full criminal investigation. Now, I know for a fact that the records of hospitals from 1989 to 2000 will be somewhat what will they be, everybody? Will they be there? Will they have them? Don't put answers on a postcard. Give me your answer, scribes. Question 1, do you think the records will still be there? 2, do you think that they may have been edited, deleted, even not edited, deleted or thrown away? I don't think they keep them, or they have an obligation legally to keep them more than 10 years or so. So 1989 to 2000 is 11 years. A full investigation. The families of those affected by the events at Go Sport War Memorial Hospital are at the heart of everything we do. And I hope the news that we will now be carrying out a full investigation is of some comfort to them. Wow. No, the comfort to us is we go into hospital for something minor, we don't get encompassed into the nationalised practice of shortening lives. Carry on, doctor. Wasn't there a Dr. Shipman that was doing this before? Isn't there, like, carry on, doctor? It's truly incredible the things that are still allowed to go on. The investigation is not about numbers. Okay, let's play down the numbers then. Let's turn 800 into 8 and 450 into 4.5. It's not about numbers. It's about people. It's not about people either. It's about man and the loss of man's life and gross incompetence, somewhat, and manslaughter to murder charges. Common law murder is what I'd like to see applied here, not manslaughter, corporate manslaughter bullshit that they come up with. Sorry for swearing. It's wrong to curse. It's negative. I'm sorry, but I'm not 100% inner peace. So this really, really gets to me, as it does you, I know. This is the fourth such investigation. That's number 4 for international ones that don't understand my language because I speak too fast. This is the fourth such. That's 4 fingers. Well done, David. Investigation into the deaths, and Downing said it was important that the police carry out an initial assessment of the materials obtained by the Go Sport independent panel to establish if it contained sufficient new evidence. He stated, now that we have launched a full investigation, criminal it looks like there, we will be arranging to meet the families on a one-to-one basis and invite them to give statements on their own experiences within the hospital, as it is their accounts about the loss of the loved ones that will help put the medical assessments we have into context. Wow. How badly do you miss your loved one, and do you still wish they were here? How much did it inconvenience you? Don't insult us with that kind of mandatory, derogatory, I'm not going to go on one about it because I need to refrain, and there was something that came to mind there that I wanted to bring into you. The fourth such investigation into the deaths, it was there that I had this little comment to say. The fourth such investigation into the deaths, Downing says that people carry out an initial assessment of the materials obtained. The fourth such, I don't know why it's the fourth. I need to look into that. I do know when it was initially raised, and that is, I said speak with the family on international. If you don't understand how I speak, number 4. I can't remember what my comment was, but that's disgusting. And there was something important I wanted to say, and I can't recall it. I can't recall it. It's gone. Right, so now we're going to move on to war. Looks like we're at some kind of war, military war, public war, language, boat people, seas and ports, paparazzia, bankruptcy, currency, not ice, off ice. So Robert Nesta of the Mali tribe and war. These are the lyrics. I'm reading you this because when I was going around my duties today, somebody had this up in their hallway, and it was I've not remembered this song for a while. I've not heard it for a while, and it was when I saw the word Angola, brothers in Angola, that I thought I'm going to remember that and mention it. So here we are from today, and my travels around the place just after I went live and showed you the rubbish that was left out when I did my cast of that. War lyrics. Until the philosophy which hold one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned, everywhere is war. Me say war. That until they're no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, until the colour of a man's skin is of no more significance than the colour of his eyes. Me say war. That until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all without regard to race. This is a war. DIS is a war, is what it says. That until that day, the dream of lasting peace, world citizenship, rule of international morality will remain in but a fleeting illusion to be pursued. but never attained. Now everywhere is war, war. And until the ignoble and unhappy regimes that hold our brothers in Angola, in Mozambique, South Africa, subhuman bondage, have been toppled, utterly destroyed, well, everywhere is war. Me, I say war. No, me say war. War is in the east, war in the west, war in the north, war down south, war, war, rumours of war, and until that day, the African continent will not know peace. We Africans will fight. We Africans will fight. We find it necessary, and we know we shall win, as we are confident in the victory of good over evil, good over evil, and it's got in the chorus there. So the songwriters are Marty Lynn, Dodson Green, and Mats Valentin. So war, the general public, chief of staff and presidente, prime ministers, people. These are men. These are our families. This is our blood. This is important. Robert, Bob, aka commonly known as Bob Marley, Robert Nesta of the Marley tribe. Some powerful lyrics. Old pirates, yes they rob I. So, Sovereign G reporting in. We've got report and we've got a USB port. Port is also a type of drink. These port words below are associated with the seaman's words and constructs, admiralty and maritime under uniform commercial codes. Get ready. We are making inroads direct to the ports, and the seas shall indeed be parted. Sorry. So these are interesting words, one page of words that end with port. Co-transport. Co as in CO and then transport, all one word. Under report. Multi-sport. Non-support. Over report. Spoil sport. This one's got Dave in it. A port with Dave in it, everyone. Davenport, that's right. Didn't give you much time there, did I? Misreport, multiport, spaceport, superport, transport, heliport, homeport, lakeport, and my all-time favourite, moonport. What? It's where the Moomins go when they come in and out of this realm. Papa Moomin and Little Mai go into a moonport, don't they? Passport. A re-export, REEXPORT. What's one of them? What's a re-export? It's to do with customs, isn't it? Re-import, okay. A stolport, yeah, STOLPORT. Teleport, airport, carport, comport, disport, go sport or gosport, jetport, outport, purport, as in PUR, purport, rapport, seaport, support, deport, export, import, report, apport, as in aport, apport, sport, and then finally port. Wow, so those are your ports. Interesting, okay? Words, context, yes, sea people, legal. We've got 9 pages of words that end in able. I'm going to read some. I'm going to see if any jump out. I may not do all 9, but the words ending in able, listen to them. Just if you've got time, see what if any jump out to you. And like those ones of ports, the ones that end in C, currency, bankruptcy. I'm going to go through them now because I'm going into able, stable, able, Mabel, fable, table. Yeah, end with able. Let's see what we get. Here we go. First one, abominable, acceptable, accomplishable, accountable, achievable, acquirable, adoptable, adjustable, adaptable, adjustable, adoptable, adorable, advisable, affordable, agreeable, allowable or able, alter able, answer able, approach. So I'd miss off ables, okay? Approach, attach, attain, attempt, avail, avoid, bearer, beatable, believe, bend, break, chariot, chew, close, collect, comfort, commend, companion, able, comparer, conceal, consider, consume, control, credit, crumble, crumble, cure, cur, curable, um, debt, decipher, declare, decomposition, decompose, defend, defer, define, degrade, deliver, depend, deplore, deploy, deport, describe, desire, detach, detect, detest, diagnose, dim, dimmable, disagree, dishonor, dislike, dispense, dispose, dispute, dissolve, distinguish, divide, do, doable, drink, drive, employ, endure, enforce, enjoyable, envy. Sorry, I missed the exception, exchange, excite, excuse, expand, expect, expend, explain, explicable, exploit, extend, extinguish, extract, fashion, fathom, favour, fix, flam, flush, fold, foresee, forget, forgive, grasp, habit, honour, hospit, hug, identify, identify, ignite, immove, impasse, impenetrate, impression, improb, inadvise, inalter, incomp, inconsole, inccontrol, incure, indecipher, indecline, indescribe, indispense, indispute, indistinguish, inescape, inevit, inexcuse, inexplic, inflam, inflate, inhabit. All right, that was right. Inhospit, in opera, inoper, insepa, insolve, insuff, insure, insurmount, interchange, intermine, yeah, intoler, invalue, irredeem, irreplace, irreparable, so irrepara, IRREPAR, irreparable, it would be, irreplace, irreproach, irretrieve, irrit, justify, knowledge, lament, laugh, like, locate, lock, love, lovable. We know someone who's lovable, don't we? Maintain, manage, maneuver, market, measure, memor, miserer, les miserable, yeah, mistake, mover, negotiate, notable, notice, notify, objection, observe, obtain, oper, oper, oppose, palette, paletta, yeah, you know that one. Peace, penetra, well, penetra, as in penetrable, perish, persuade, pitta, pit, play, pleasure, ply, port, practice, predict, prefer, present, prevent, print, probe, profit, program, punish, quantify, question, quote, reach, read, reason, recharge, recognize, recover, rectifier, recycle, L, because it's recycle, able, redeem, refill, refund, regret, rely, remark, remove, renew, repair, repeat, replace, report, reproach, repute, respect, retrieve, reuse, service, sink, sinkable. That there vessel is definitely sinkable. Size, soci, stack, stop. Is he stoppable? Stretch, suit, surmount, survive or survive, sustain, toler, transfer. I do hope this is tolerable. Yes, toler, transfer, translate, transport, treat, trust, unaccept, unaccount, unachieve, unapproach, unattain, unavail, unavoid, unbear, unbeat, unbelieve, unbelievable. That's a bit of a weird one. Uncharit, uncomfort, uncontrol, understand, undesire, undetect, undrink. That drink there, that mojito is clearly undrinkable. Unemploy, unenforce, unexplain, unfashion, and unfavour. You got more? Wow. Unforget, unforgive, unidentify, unimagine, unmanage, unimagine, and unmanage. Unmemorable, unmention, unmistakable, unmistake, unobtain, unpredict, unprint, unprofit, unquestion, unreachable, unreason, unreach, unreason, unrecognise, unrelier, unremark, unsocia, unsocia, unsoci, UNSOCI, unsociable, unsoci, soci, 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 unsociable. It's amazing how the words stand out. The words within the words, how they separate. SOCI, able, unsociable. Interesting. Speak, unstop, unsuit, unthink, unuse, unwork. Then you've got value, VALU, valuable, VALU, value, valuable, value. Interesting. Vary, VARI, as in vary, able, wash, wear, and the last one, work, able. We're all workable, aren't we? Workable donkeys for the club of Rome. Well, you see, these words are my forte. The language, the identity, etymology, phonics, from, a bit of a sandwich there from the Go Sport, GOSP. That's why all this has come about in this cast. Simply just to let you know what's in my head, how I see the horrific manslaughter. No, not at all. If you've got a nationalised practice of shortening lives, as it actually says there from the report taken from the HSE executive, because when you want to know something, let's go straight to the horse's mouth, not the newspapers, not the whistleblowers and things like that. We'll go to the government.gov.uk, HSE, thereabouts. I did a DuckDuckGo search and I put Gosport, trust, deaths, criminal. 4 words, Gosport, deaths, trust, criminal, searched, found this, it said HSE something, may not have been a HSE exact website. I'm sure it looked like that and it said that. Robert's words, that on that man's wall that I saw, truly heartwarming to have a chat with him about. Patois, broken English language. Man was 60, came over in the year something like 68, I believe he said. Remembers Windrush. So as I'm doing my damp treatment, cleaning and whatever, talking about colonial times, colony, language, broken English, courts and stuff like that. And then as I'm going to leave, I did say this is a mighty fine picture here of Bob Marley Wall. Let me just take a minute to read that. Now, until the philosophy in which hold one race superior and another inferior. When I was young, they used to say it's one rule for one and one rule for another. Quite right, it is. We've proven that. Yeah, that's what Bob's saying there. It's finally and permanently discredited. So dis and credit ed. We want to discredit it and it needs abandoning. What do you do with a ship? You abandon ship, don't you? So abandon that ship. Or ejecting the Club of Rome. Everywhere is war. It appears so. Until there is no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation. Well, look what citizens and nations are. You are right, that is right, and we give love, peace, respect and thanks to Brother Robert of the Marley tribe. But first and second class, equality is paramount. Well, clearly not. Talk to the IMF, the EU, the UN and such other presidents that say, I am here carrying out the New World Order on behalf of the United Nations and forefathers. They don't carry out stuff on behalf of man. They carry out stuff on behalf of corporations, United Nations, and such other things. See Mark Pazio's video, number 203, 206, that one that I referenced the other day. He says that in there himself, those exact words similar to. Disgusting. We are on it though, we are on it in big time. Until there is no longer first, second class, until the colour of a man's skin is of no more significance than the colour of his eyes. Me say war. I reference Swing 52, colour of their skin. Please search YouTube if you feel like it for a track, a deep soulful house track, and listen to the lyrics, or go and search for the lyrics of Swing 52, colour of my skin, and I think it's the extended club mix you'll be listening to when it comes up, and 12-inch club mix, something like that, nothing jazzy to do with it. Colour of my skin is the track title, the artist Swing 52. Listen to those lyrics, very, very interesting. What else does he go on to say in this war song, Bob? Until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all without a regard to race. This is indeed a war. Yep, it is indeed. To the Home Office, to the recruiter, are we still at war? To Black Rod, to the Speaker of the House, to the Lords, all of them. QE2, we're at war. Me mom, not. Let me think of the word. You're not the Queen I serve anymore, I'm afraid. Fallen out, I don't think she even serves God, so as it looks like. Yes, Empress. I have an Empress. Her name is Anne-Marie. I have a princess and an Empress. So yeah, well said. Basic human rights. That would be your unalienable rights. We'd edit that until the basic unalienable rights are equally bestowed upon all without regard to race, colour. This is indeed a war. Until that day, this dream of lasting peace with the UN, the world citizenships and the international banks, rule of international morality is what we want. We're going to remain in a fleeting illusion to be pursued, sued, but never attained. So Christianity sounds like an excellent idea. When does it start? Until the ignoble and unhappy regimes that hold our brothers in Angola, Angola. Remember the sports brand when we was wee-high to a grasshopper looking at Farah jeans, Angola, Gola, what were they? Torpedo, was it Gola Torpedo back in the day, 1988? Snorkel neck Parkers, they were the dogs, yeah, choppers, and Gola Summit, I'm sure they were Torpedo, way before some of your time, I'm sure, but some of the true honourable scribes will know what I'm on about there. Farah, Snorkel neck, and Gola. Now, Angola, 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 Anglicans, Angol, Magyar call it Angol, Angola from Bob there. Mozambique and South Africa. Subhuman bondage. So not just any bondage. So this isn't just any kind of bondage. This is some special crown, club of Rome, deep, sadistic, nasty, demonic, black. What else can we put in there? Occult, special, fermented by Satan himself bondage, not just a subhuman bond, not just a bondage of any kind. No, 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 that simply won't do. What we've got here is massive, eons long end game. Mother Hubbards, you get me? And until this subhuman bondage have been toppled, man has been unbonded, utterly destroyed. Well, everywhere is war. Me, I say war. Try not to put on the accent, but this song was written some time ago. Shit hasn't changed. It's got subsequently worse. Venezuela, one of the sovereign nations, much like those islands out that way, Tobago and Jamaica, sovereign. Is it a coincidence the sovereign nation has an issue with it? Me don't think so. Everywhere there be a war. Indeed, proof of claim to you all, international mother slaughters. So regimes destroyed war. The Berlin Wall came down in 1989. I, as a child, young boy, child of the Creator, Almighty, I was like, wow, the world's changing. Do you know what? Look at that. Everything's coming nicely here. And after the Berlin Wall, nothing really seemed to change. It was a great time, and they made a lot of hype about it. But subsequently, afterwards, things got worse. 1991, Gulf War didn't last. Never lasts. War in the east, war in the west, war up north, war down south. Interesting. The African continent will not know peace. It began in Africa. Tribute to a tune that I used to DJ. Was it the Chemical Brothers? It began in Africa. Yes, sorry. So the port words, very interesting. Moon port, yes. I don't think there's it's quite a touchy one, but it's my favourite because it's a moon port and the Moomin Papa uses it. The lovable words of Abel. I'd just like to say that I'm going to continue on. There are publications and things coming through the .com with regards to the simplicity of what Santos mentioned to me on that 3-hour hangout, that fortunately for Angle, Britannia, the Commonwealth, England and Wales, us lot over here on this landmass, commonly known as English Earth, our doctrine, broken English babble, is quite easy for us to point out now. The codes, what they mean, suffixes, prefixes, adjectives, frontal adjectives, etymology, legal, lawful. I never thought this day could come, but this is what we're here for. There's a tremendous amount to do. I haven't uploaded the lower print formats of the lawful and legal doctrine of notices for your private automobiles because I crashed out and fell asleep. I have got them to do. I am going to speak to G-Star and just double check them for perfect and absolute solid, rock solid perfection in them, and then they'll be uploaded before I go to bed tonight. I say that in front of the Supreme One, and it will be done, I promise all. I needed to do this video because criminality, I need us to find out what the heck nationalised practice of shortening lives. A public inquiry in June last year, so we will have brought this out on this channel. If you go back to June on Indie, you will have seen me going on about this when Steve Barclay and somebody else came out in the ministerial capacity to say what. A public inquiry in June last year, 2018, into over 800 deaths at the Go Sports Hospital found that more than 450 patients died after being given dangerous level of drugs. Now, what are those drugs? Those drugs are a special type of drugs. They are based on morphine, okay? So what they're doing there, what I didn't emphasize is possibly they are shutting you up and making you easy to look after. Oh, look, he keeps ringing bell all the time. Well, let's give him some morphine. You don't need morphine. Yeah, but it's like what you do with the baby, isn't it? When you double up the cowpole. Oh, no, it isn't like that, what you do with the baby. And don't double up the cowpole, and don't put morphine into patients that have come in for a routine op that might be hassling you a bit. I'm not claiming anything, but man's mind is rife now going on, especially after carry on Dr. Shipman and such other things that have been brought out by baby murderers within the trusts and the corpses there of these military institutions. So I'm speculating here, speculating with form to bring that in, because let's face it, they ain't got a clean record. The quicker we intervene and appoint them and instruct and take them by the short and curlies, the better. Now, if these go down the legal route and don't claim equity for remedy, and you are unfortunate enough to know anybody that's been affected by the Gosport hospitals and the Club of Rome's massive, well, I'd say failure here, wouldn't you? But I can't make claims at this moment in time, but it will be interesting to see who goes for the high jump, who gets to step out of office and another clone to step in. There'll be no justice, there'll be no criminality, because when you go criminal, what's happened? It's against the man. So we can go equity criminal rather than criminal for the remedy. Yeah, there's a remedy at law, yes, not in law, not at court, but at law, and there's a remedy there, and the remedy, because it's to do with families losing members and the estate's gone, the finances gone, the cheeky state will have claimed those estates of the deceased one, so that's 800 trust funds that's been claimed. I doubt any of those 800 thereabouts from those years, them 11 years of 89 to 2000, did I say? I think I did. Will have been claimed privately. They'll have all died intestate, intestacy, and they will have messed up there. Not that it's their fault, but this is what I mean. The house wins. When we say the house wins, not only does it get rid and do whatever it does through its own belligerence, torts, tacits, criminalities, neglect, under budget, austerity, lackadaisical, erroneous actions, all of the above, it also gets to win. So we lose, we lose, we lose. House win, house win, house win. When we're going to be building on Grenfell, it won't be long. They've got their eyes on that land. I tell you now, when the first digger goes on that land, I'm going down. You ready? Mark my words. That land shall not be touched. It will not be built on. Speculation again, but we will see. Crown, take note. That's it. That's all I've got. I'm going to get some tea, some food. I am in the word zone. Let me tell you now, when the paparazzi presented itself to me, as I heard a news report about Mercia and Nero, the Roman teenage, very young ruler there. Search Nero and what happened with Nero, and they were on about the mercy where it come from, Mercia, nastiness in general, and paparazzi, and that's where it came from, the echo in my head, and ended up with paper rats of the sea as I'm traveling, going what, and I couldn't stop, I couldn't write it down, I couldn't record it, I was just speaking to myself, and I was like shouting at the radio a bit, and I was having a chat with the Supreme One, and the numbers, quite conveniently, it was about 110, 111, 112, it wasn't 113, but the numbers were nearly bang on, and I was like, okay then. So yeah, it's continuous improvement, dedication, but not so much of this. It's just that these words, these endings, these frontal adjectives, pronouns, implied meanings, etymological references, a bit like the money and what they did with the decimalisation and the, not just a bankruptcy, but we've been royally screwed on many, many fronts here. These trustees, these are executives. The executives are an executive of what? Of a corporation, not of a government, of a business. They're all to be held accountable. And if you are getting back to the point that I've massively sidestepped off and splintered away from, unfortunate enough to know anyone that's affected by this story here, we'd like you to introduce them to us, our family, the trust itself, our principles, and in the documents, we'd like to chase them for remedy, format in an equitable area. Those that go into equity first win by default, not win by default, but only one of the parties can go equity. This is another little trick of the trade. Okay, so whoever calls equity gets the deal in equity, not only with the maxim of equity, first in time, first in line. Okay, so we would like to speak to anybody, not like, but we are available too. It won't be pleasant at all. It will be horrific and horrendous. I don't want to speak to them. I wish there was nobody out there. This kind of complex issue of which is surrounded by controversy, and I'll say it again in case it hasn't sticked in there, a nationalised practice of shortening lives. Yes, what's that? You know, are they sponsored by the new Sinn Féin now? Yes, the NHS sponsored by the new Sinn Féin with austerity. You know, we're a coalition. Ah, please, you know. So I'm sorry how it is. I'm sorry the streets are a shit tip. I'm sorry your money doesn't get spent on what they say it does. I'm sorry that you're paying through the nose and getting taxed left, right, and centre, and your property threatened under the force of law from the Club of Rome. This New World Order, okay, President Reagan, thank you again to Mark Pazio, who shows the clip. New going to be accomplished by a universal set of rules that are going to bring man into line. So I'm quite angry now. I'm going to finish on an angry note. I've got a bit of wood here that I could punch a bit of a shelf. What we do is we channel up. I'll show you. That isn't proper meditation. That's roughly 10 seconds. Look at the difference. Hear the tone of voice. It's gone. Back to normal. President Reagan, let me get it right. Somebody, old man, nasty one, evil. Bush, not Reagan, Bush. Senior, Mark Pazio. That video I'm on about. I need to speak to Mark so bad. Come on, New World Order. He says on that video that Mark Pazio says that I mentioned that there will be a global arrangement of rules that will bring man into line. So I firmly now believe, Smithy, we need to talk about this. I didn't mention this today because there was order. Nothing crossed on my life. I swear that this is the regime, and this is why it's so bad. This is why it's getting to run how it can run. I believe now, testify, proclaim to you, the New World Order is to cull us, and that's as Mark Pazio has put. I will find that video. It's going on the channel. Copyright or no copyright. All the videos are backed up. All the audios are backed up. We'll put it somewhere else. YouTube will go somewhere. Leave you alone. So the New World Order is encompassing, evoking whatever powers it wants. And it gets authority to do so because it's under the agenda of. Now, this New World Order is already here. And you can see it. This is biblical times. You look at the prophecies of 2018, Israel, Jerusalem. It's prophesied in the Bible. I'm not going to go, I'll get Andy to mention it. It's prophesied in the Bible about Jerusalem and Israel. And in 2018, Trump signed something and something returned. And it's written in the Bible that certain things at certain times, there will never, in the end times, there will be the most amount of Christians slaughtered since ever. And now we're living in the end times because there's a lot of, my belief is, now I believe we are living in the middle or closely to the end of the end times because these stories and what Andy's brought out with the KJV renditions, comparisons, extractions, and subsequent chats that we've had, and your direct input, alarm bells, basically, big alarm bells. Disgusting, and that's why I do this, simply as. But now I'm going to my family, and I'm going to see what's going down. Much love, peace, ciao bello. We'll say hello to the scribes. J.A. What is this covering up and what is reported and not reported? Homicide. Yeah, well, that's an American term, but yeah, homicide, murder, get you. Agreed. A lot of nurses I've experienced in hospital have a disdain for patients. Yeah, well, thank you, Kieran. Westminster, PM May father was on the sports. I'll make it up for Westminster. Beautiful. Wow. War on our atmosphere. Peter, vote. Hazy Peter. Whoa, all done to yes. Newport. Ah, Newport. That was that song, weren't it? By a spoof they did of Alicia Keys. Instead of New York, it was Newport. I did like that search, that spoof parody, Alicia Keys. Well, that's the kind of jokes that I like now and again. Thank you, J.A. Aye, Savalai. I and I, Rastafari. Ma stars, ma mother star, ma star. Not no overlord thing, master. You're a master when you are in the family. Then you get to legal age, you become the mister. No movements, go to the mansions. All right, Kieran, sorry. You're able to make POS able. Thank you, Jerry. A bombing able. Easy now. Peter, in never B2A10. In either B2A1. Oh, in never but in never B2A1. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Alpha spelling, number spelling. Straight now on a narrow channel joining two bodies of water in the position of difficulty, perplexity, distress or need. Adjective, difficult or stressful. Bosh. I like that. Very, very wise scribe. Thank you, Sister Lisa. Peter, you write like John. Are you really John? Peter, do you know John? Have we said this before? Rings a bell. Straight, usually in plural. Straights. In streets. So I need a straight jacket, sister. That's what you are. Oh, Jerry. Nice one, brother. Shivite, boom, AIO, all is coherent magneto dielectric field at S. Big up India in the chat, nice one. Thank you, Shivite. Fathom, I can't do this, I'm tired. Peace, nice one. Flat Earth Dude, long time no see. Flat Earth Dude, there's a video out we did on Sun and Moon with your mate that came on that said, I forget his name, thank goodness you finally appeared somewhere. And we did a video and he came on and he said about the court, the marijuana penal code charges by the state trooper, offence, court presentation, discharging, done with. We've lost the video because the channel's gone. Have we got a backup of it? Flat Earth Dude. Anybody from splspro.com, where I put the link to that video that's now got video deleted because the channel's gone. Flat Earth Dude may be able to help us with that. If not, I'm sorry, it's gone. I had it, it's gone. Sun and Moon had it, it's gone. Possibly, maybe it's coming back. So, peace and love to you, brother. Long time no speaker. Off ISO was banking about a barking mountain. It's Isser Iser. Hey, Peter. Are we in conflict? Chin Chin, Mickey Finn. How you been? Only because you haven't got my favourite DJ's name. Shaken, not stirred. You want ice with that? On ice? Ice with your drinks? Off ice, on ice, not ice. Stop it, frozen out. Oh, we've got a command, we've got an instruction from Paul of the Fam J. Inalienable, not unalienable. I'm not going to argue that right now, I'm too tired, but inalienable. Oh yeah, you're right. Quite right. This is not a show. This is not legal advice. This is a chat with your brother. Yes, I don't say everything word perfect. I've done a lot of hours, and I don't have a script anywhere. So sorry for that. A lot of complex, articulate information comes out. Don't hold me ever on any of my words. Check yourself. Use your own due diligence. I never give legal advice nor lawful advice. We have chats. We operate in the private, and we do public broadcasts. Yes, Mickey Finn. What are you doing detracting? There's a game. Yes, there is a game. That's indeed there is. Freeze it. That's it. Freeze your assets. Indeed, Mickey. Yes, Ron, we agree. Second class on trains, just first and third. Oh, wow. Indeed. I didn't know that, Paul. South Africa have no second class on trains, just first and third. Stop playing it. Yes, you can, Ron, but when you're in a new world order and you've got the club of Rome at the helm here steering it and running things, and with their off ices and their pol ices and their penal codes and their obelisks and oval office and things such as in the languages and infractions and 12 presumptions of the court. Get it right now. I'm not word perfect, but Paul, no offence, brother, just only when you know the rules can you win the game. Indeed, that's what this is about. It's all just family chat. Oi, oi. How do, Justin, Andy, easy brother. Yes, Ron agreed. Jerry, the early side effect of these drugs is constipation, bung you up slow. Oh, wow, too much information, Jerry. Sidetracked there, my brother. Over above when are the Jack's fathers? Peter. Flat Earth. Yeah, sorry, he's still here. You know what that video is? Your friend. Can we get him back? Can we have another chat with him? In fact, never mind finding the video. I'll message Flat Earth Dude and see if he can locate his brother, friend there, and no brother, scratch friend, see? And then we'll get him on and have another chat. We'll redo it. If that's what you want. Your wish is our command. If only the government's acted like that. What government? It's a corporation. There is no government. It's a club of Rome. The people are the target and the rest is distraction and the tools of the narcissist. It clearly is. There's no defence to anything other now. We have proof of it. Agreed. Sustained, Jerry. Ron, ever noticed all those who force it get others to do it, like the police or others, as cowards? Like debt collectors operate privately, not for the government, okay? Sister Innie posted in SPO's Pro on Facebook when I went in to put some updates in and so forth. Big post there about debt collectors privately employed. Check it out. Insurance, indemnification, are the transportation vehicles that they arrive in insured for business? Are they using personal vehicles? You get them out on anything. Are they on debt collector, aka bailiff registers? Have they got a license? Are they insured? Does their vehicle have the correct insurance? Good Lord, it goes on. Are they privately employed? They are enforcing a warrant which is corrupt. So easy now, you know, that's why we got the game locked down. Come on, you Spurs. She's right, we'll let that roll. I'm not a football man at all. You're going to your lamp soon. Right, I'm going. It's now food time. Sit with a fam. Relaxation. We are on this. Documents to be uploaded. G-Star incoming. If you catch this later, we're in the future now. Look, it happened before, but if you're watching, then expect an incoming. Everyone else, peace and love. Grazie, bella, bella. We will be talking about many things soon in order of priority. RIP, the fallen family. We never stop long enough to remember the poor souls that are no longer with us, the murdered ones, the ones that have been burned, the ones that have been shot, the ones that have fallen in war, the ones that have died by administrative error, the ones that have committed suicide, the ones that were given wrong drugs in hospitals and in the nationalised practice of shortening lives, the ones that have just been horrifically abused through lack of any action and that are left there to rot and die, the ones that have committed suicide because they can't take it no more, and then to the family members that have had to watch all of that go off, that are now a little bit fragmented and angry about things. So foreign war policy, Brexit, international foolery aside, this is a homegrown issue and this is an institutional problem, and we are here to regulate. Hit the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find David Sovereign G. Got a car full of sovereigns, need to tweak. That's the Sovereign G. Regulate! And what we're doing at SPOspro.com on these casts and with you is we're collecting up a trust and we're looking to regulate the United Kingdom, and we're going to export, yes, port, it's one of my favourite words, export out of the UK onto the Anglican landmass. Never mind England and Wales. Forget England and Wales, we've done with you. Forget Anglican, forget what else? Britannia. Forget the Commonwealth. We'll get it. We need a new name for this landmass. Tube. Email David at SPOspro.com with your suggestions, and I will compile a list because I love my paperwork. And we'll have a hangout chat about the new name for this landmass. The title for the trust will go in, and then the name. When I say title, I'll see to the rest. We'll see to the rest. And the name of this landmass. And then we will put together the treaties for you to look at, declarations, peace, declarations, sovereign, independent, trying to get hold of the Michaels, in particular Bernicia, and highlight, promote what they're doing, their work, see what we can encapsulate and build upon for you with your mortgages and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll bear that in mind and we'll see what comes about. All right, so peace and love. Regulate this sector the crown needs regulating, Rome needs regulating, well, needs sending home actually, ejecting and sending home, and the crown dissolving of the constructed statutory trusts. If you don't express them, if you don't know you're in them, you can't do anything about them. So that's why we do this, and that's where we're going. Peace and love. We're done. Mushroom. Hello to Jesus. Josh. Peter. We're going now. Rewind. And I'm going to get some food. Bless you. I'm just looking at your comments. This is the spare room at Anna Maria's that has got the collections in and bits and bobs. Just a stash room. But it's good, it's out the way. I can chat to you uninterrupted. Yanka doesn't get to come on and see if she can Skype, you know, get a neb in or anything. So sorry about the subject and how it is.